Well, let me welcome you to the booth of the University of the West Indies. You are, of course, very much aware that the university is the premier tertiary level institution in the Caribbean. But we are also an employer that is seeking to become employer of first choice to many of the, most of the graduates in the university and other skilled people in the Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. We in fact at the university employ approximately 2,500 permanent members of staff, which we supplement with another 500 or so temporary members of staff in order to deliver the service which we have to deliver to students and our other stakeholders. We at the university have a range of opportunities, career opportunities to offer to young people and also to the not so young, ranging of course from those that most students are acquainted with, that is our academics, but we also have a number of senior administrative and professional staff and relevant positions such as accountants. We have librarians, we have IT professionals, we have human resource professionals, we have people involved in student services, student administration, a range of opportunities, a range of careers that provide our staff with challenges and excitement and an opportunity to use the knowledge, the skills and competencies which they derive here at the university in their degree programs, but we also offer other kinds of on-the-job training opportunities to supplement that. So we invite you to today, share with us, exchange with us your plans, your career designs. We hope that we can provide sufficient guidance of high quality that will probably help you to make up your mind as to where you want to be headed.
In terms of UWI as an employer, in terms of the work environment, I would say that for me it ranks as one of the top employers because I have actually been able to find an appropriate fit in terms of what I like to do and what the university affords me the opportunity to do. So the term lecturer is the official term for what I do, but I actually am a researcher as well as a lecturer, and more recently I've been involved in terms of the coordination of one of our specialized research units. So with all of those things, I think it is the most fertile environment for me to be working in at this time, and since I've been here since 1998, I guess that speaks for itself in terms of my commitment and the way in which I view the institution. I like to think of us as a family, and I don't mean that to be trite or in any way self-promotional, but I think the campus is really a family, and as in all families, there are things that your family members do that will irk you, and you get annoyed, but they're still your family, you still have to love them, and you still feel part and parcel of the process. And I think for many of us on the campus, and certainly for me, I feel as part of a process, you can't always be included in every decision that is taken. As I said, there's some things that will happen that you may not be very happy about, but those are the dynamics of family life. And I think generally we see ourselves as a family. I think it is one of the best places to work. If I had to do it all over again, I don't think I'll work anywhere else but on the campus, because it allows you the opportunity to do what you like and to be your best. and there are opportunities to help push you along that ladder, so to speak. So you get the opportunity to do the research, as I mentioned, research that you might be interested in. You get the opportunity to go to conferences, you get the opportunity to interact with people. And really, it's if I were to capture it, it's really the best of all possible worlds. For me as a lecturer, that certainly has been my experience, because you get to marry the teaching with your research and really nurturing minds and contributing, I think, in a very positive way to what the university has been trying to do, and what I think, without sounding arrogant, that the university has been very successful at doing. For the last 50 to 60 years, I think we're recognized as a premier institution, and I don't think that is PR. I think the university really has, we've made our mark, certainly regionally we've made our mark, and internationally I think we're a force to be reckoned with. So let's just say I love the place.
I love what I do because I get the opportunity to assist students, lecturers, and to help advance the learning process, that students could come here and get the best level of education that they can. The OWTU, which is the major bargaining body for the campus, in terms of ATS and daily paid workers, we offer one of the best representation you could get on the campus. We argue for some of the best working conditions and also opportunity in terms of going forward.
Working at UWI for me is like giving back. It's like having that opportunity to take the things that I've learned when I came here as a student, and to be able to impart that knowledge now to the new students that are coming through. Ever since I was, going to primary school and then into secondary school, UWI was always this kind of mystique. You hear this, it's like top 2% of the country. So, wanting to go here was a thrill, and to be able to work here now is beyond words. UWI gives us a sense of identity about who we are as a people. It gives us a sense of our history, a sense of our culture, and it also holds that vision of the future for where we want to see ourselves, and where, not just as a people but as a nation. So working here and being a part of this is, you're part of that. You're part of this institution that's been around for the last 50 years or 60 years in case of UWI, the regional entity, and you're molding young people to look outside of themselves, to look to the future, to better themselves. I love what I do. To me, it's not a job, it's a calling. And being able to transmit that to students and to see a light to go on in their eyes when they somehow pick up from you that love and that passion that I have, and I'm able to transmit that to them and see it become infused, or see them find an idea that they didn't think about before or didn't consider. There's nothing that describes that feeling.
I think I would say the thing I like most about working at the University of the West Indies is the fact that, having been a student of the University of the West Indies and being an international person and a Caribbean person, that because I've been so fortunate in my life, I think, and been blessed, it gives me a chance to give back to my alma mater, give back to the region. The University of the West Indies does try their best to make staff and students comfortable in what they do, because they know that is what will lead to greater progress. The University of the West Indies is a perfect place to continue learning, to transition between student and staff member or faculty member. One of our philosophies is to inculcate lifelong learning and holistic learning. And once one has the intellectual capacity, the dedication to service, to teaching, the motivation to propel a good idea forward, there's more than enough opportunity for research and for being innovative and for having your opinions count in the region and by the rest of the world. So it's really a wonderful place to do that. once you have the zeal, the motivation, and the dedication to the task at hand, be it teaching, research, advising, any aspect of it, then once you have that, along with the predilection for academic stimulation and using your talents, as it were, then there's a place for you at the University of the West Indies, especially if you enjoyed your undergraduate years. So come on in.
I really, really love my job. I really love what I do. I love working with the children. I love my other aspect of my job. I'm also a senior educator at the center, so that means I do a lot of other administrative jobs. I've also been given the opportunity to develop a lot of assessment tools and tests that we do for the children, observations and stuff.
At the university, you could progress in the forms of certificate level, you could get a tertiary level education here. The fact about it, it is free, and you are given the relevant time off to go to your classes. And that is what will encourage a young person to be motivated if looking at a career at this university.
The university is a dynamic and caring employer. The university will support you. It will provide you with the resources that you need to do your job effectively, and they will always ensure that you are the best that you can be. Each day is different. You deal with students, you deal with faculty, and it can be very rewarding because you're here to serve their needs and help them achieve their goals. The university takes care of its own. It provides an environment that is dynamic, that is exciting. It provides you with the resources that you need to effectively do the job that you're hired for, and it will continue to support you at every level of development in your professional career. In the work environment, I have met many mentors. From the time I entered the organization, there are always people guiding me in terms of what I needed to do to achieve my own professional goals within the organization. This has been invaluable, and I look forward to the opportunity to be able to pay this forward with newer, younger people entering the organization.
Well, it's a challenging job at the university here. It's quite safe, and the environment is quite safe, and it's a family environment. At this university, progress comes from all angles. Everyone is involved in the progress of the university. Well, I would encourage anybody to come to the university to work. It's a place that you can develop and grow. This University of the West Indies has a great environment conducive to learning. One can progress in any field that they choose. I myself am a student at the university, visual arts student, carnival studies major, and the environment is such that you can choose whatever field you like, and there's assistance from everyone on the campus, encouragement and so on, that is good for anybody coming onto this campus.
The thing I like most about the University of West Indies, I would say, is the diversity of the workforce. You get an opportunity to work with a lot of different people in a lot of different professions, and responding to those needs can be quite challenging and quite rewarding. So there's never a shortage of things to do. There's never a shortage of new challenges to face. The UWI obviously has many training programs available right here on the campus. Degree programs and so are available at affordable cost to employees. In addition, if you want to go outside to learn new skills, the UWI will reimburse you for that type of engagement. In the world of work, the reality is that you do not get much accomplished without people. And I know this is one of the challenges that IT people have in general. Sometimes we do prefer to work more with machines than with people. So this is one of the challenges that we face, and I think that if you're willing to face that challenge, you go a long way at UWI.
We have to ensure that we're providing our students with the most current and relevant information. And that's something that I love about this place, because we're a very vibrant department, and I'm always being encouraged to grow and to pursue the areas that I'm interested in. And because of that, we always tend to have a very high input of young people. because they always come with fresh ideas, and that just makes the mix a lot more interesting. Now, I feel very privileged to be here because of the amount of support that I get, not only directly from my department but also from the university as a whole. We are involved in a very fast-paced environment, and because of that we have to be at the cutting edge all the time. And that's one of the things that I love about working here. Our environment is very, very vibrant. So we expect from our students that they value learning, application and growth. That's something that we demand of them and also that we demand of ourselves, because we have to ensure that we're always relevant and we're providing them with current information. Working at the university is a privilege. I am strongly supported with resources both within and from the university community as a whole, and I get to work for an institution that is making a contribution to my country and to my region, and I get to be a part of that every single day, and it's a really great feeling.
There are several aspects of the university which people find very satisfying as a job. To be an academic in the university now, it's almost mandatory to have a PhD. Not compulsory, but almost, because the bar for a lot of these things has risen all over the world, including here. I joined in 1980 full time. Prior to 1980, there were a number of people with their master's degrees who were lecturers, full-time lecturers. There are not very many people like that today.
There are many reasons why I like working with UWI, but I think there are three main reasons. And the first is that when you're an employee at UWI, you feel like you belong to something that is almost exclusive. And I don't say that to say that we keep people out. We encourage people to come and join us, but when you drive onto campus, when you're at work, you feel like you belong to something that's special.
What I like about working at the university, I really enjoy meeting the students, learning, everyone, because everybody's from a different island, so I enjoy meeting the students, international students, learning about their culture, interacting with them. As graduates, what I would say to them to come back, bring them back into the university. They know the university. They know the ups, the downs, the struggles that they've had as a student. They also know the victories they've had, so they can come back and input in students' lives to help change the university to make it a more effective, a more efficient working organization.
What I like most, I guess, about working at the University of the West Indies would be the academic freedom. You essentially have the opportunity to pursue whatever your mind sets to. The main draw really is the academic freedom. You are quite literally bound only by your own imagination. And there's so many unanswered questions here in the Caribbean. You can go right ahead and give your imagination free rein.
I see the university as a place that I made a contribution. And I always tell the younger people, when you come in here, you can make a contribution. You don't have to be a lecturer to make a contribution. You can make a contribution whether you use a janitor, a lab assistant, whatever. I am satisfied that I made a contribution in my very small and humble way. And this is how I see the university.